Welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Philippians 1:9 reads, "And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense till the day of Jesus Christ, being filled with the fruits of righteousness which are by Jesus Christ unto the glory and praise of God." Friendship is at the top of all human passions. It calls to the most noble, charitable aspects of the heart, soothes the mind, provides a means of sharing the innermost treasures of soul and spirit. It can survive life's harshest experiences, can transcend the barriers of gender, race, economic and social status, age, and culture. Money, health, reputation, power, and beauty all may be stripped away from us, yet friendship can survive all these losses and more. Paul's prayer for the Church of God at Philippi is a potent outpouring of his deep love and friendship for those long-ago brethren, and if we grasp his meaning, it will prove as good a guide for us in keeping our friendships today as it did to those to whom he wrote at Philippi. We have many ways of showing our love and of helping one another, but the best of them all is by praying for one another. All that is selfish and low is purged out of our hearts by the flame on that holy altar, causing suspicions and doubts to fade away. Tenderness and delicacy suffuse the prayed-for relationship with rose-colored shadings. The heart grows softer as the prayer grows more anointed and fervent. The church at Philippi was sort of a crown jewel among Paul's missionary efforts. The letters to other congregations contain admonitions and corrections. There are none to Philippians. He, with his fellow ministers, had fathered the church with their blood, staining the stocks of the Philippian jail. What satisfaction and joy it must have brought to his evangelistic heart that here was no need for the reproofs that had marked his other letters. The entire missive is a fountain pouring a holy stream of deepest affection, approval, appreciation. Even his keenest watchfulness saw nothing in them for which he should ask any change. He only exhorted them to continued progress in the Christian life. And that desire is the highest that love can frame. There is nothing greater any of us can wish for one another than that we should grow in the love of God. Paul's estimate of the highest good of those who were dearest to him was that they should be more and more completely filled with the love of God and with its fruits of holiness and purity. So let's take a look at the specifics of Paul's prayer. First, he asked God to grant riches in knowledge and judgment. Briefly explained, that means the ability to understand good and bad as such. This kind of understanding is at the center of conscience, that touch of the soul that enables us to grasp the moral value of things. The Philippians were as surrounded by temptations to evil as we are. In their world, philosophies and justifications not agreeing with the gospel were everywhere. The true merits of either good or evil must be tested to be understood. We are to prove all things and to hold fast that which is good. When counterfeit money is in circulation, every bill must be tested before it's accepted. Put another way, it's not safe only to follow one's impulses through life. We are not animals. We have moral decisions to make that have profound consequences on our lives and our eternal destiny. Keenness of conscience is the result of love. Nothing makes a soul more sensitive to evil than a deep love for God. No set of rules or guidelines can bring that sensitivity. No commandments are close enough to safely guide our souls. We need to love the Lord. That love, guided by knowledge and judgment, brings safety and peace to the soul. Paul knew, as his prayer shows, that a keen conscience guided by knowledge and judgment results in character which makes people sincere and void of offense. Love is the basis for friendship. No one can have a higher hope for friends than that they should appear before God sincere and void of offense. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.
Are you walking in everything God has for you? Hi, I'm Pastor Gary Culp, and I'd like to invite you to check out the Exceedingly Abundant Ministries podcast, available from the Sky High Podcast Network. This 30-minute weekly Bible study will give you time to grow spiritually and get to know God and His Word on a deeper level. God has more in store for you than you ever realized. Listen to Exceedingly Abundant Ministries today and learn about how God can do more with your life than you ever imagined.